Cześć, w tym odcinku udamy się do Kanion Red. Nie czytałem odnośnie pancerzy wspomaganych jeszcze, więc nie wiem. Ostatnio się trochę oburzyłem, bo pomimo, że zrobiłem tyle zadań dla Bractwa Stali, to generalnie dostałem całe gówno, bo dostałem dostęp do jakiegoś pieprzonego budynku, gdzie kurwa nie wiem. Jest ziomek, który naprawia rzeczy. Bez przesady. Więc chuj go wie, jak to będzie teraz z tym pancerzem wspomaganym. Nie no, będę musiał poczytać na ten temat. Kiedyś to osiągnąłem. Więc i teraz powinno się udać. Idziemy do Kanion Reda. Nie idę do boomerów. Boże, ja pamiętam, że zawsze jak ja jest 2:40 w ogóle, piątek. Że zawsze jak ja byłem u boomerów, to była gdzieś mniej więcej 4 rano. I ja tak, wiecie... przed świtem, co nie? Tak o świcie. Zapieprzałem do tych boomerów. Dobra, weźmy sobie karabin myśliwski, bo tu jeszcze bestie są. Assassin's Creed. Violet. Kurwa, w Rexa trafiłem. Za jej głowę jest nagroda. Za jej głowę jest nagroda. Druga rano, u nas jest późniejsza. Kanion Red. Mamy już troszeczkę właśnie reputacji u Hanów, ze względu na to, że pomogliśmy im opuścić bezpiecznie Boulder City. Więc oni nas uważają za swojego ziomka. Hanów nie ma dużo. Oni generalnie to jest taka fuzja, jakby to powiedzieć. Fuzja czego? Takich punków z gangsterami. Chociaż punki to najmniej. Takich gangsterów po prostu z Indianami. Oni osiedlili się kurwa jak Indianie w jakimś kanionie. Mają takie szałasy zjebane. Tam coś, jakieś miasteczko jest. Krętorogi. Moje ulubione stwory. Myślę, że więcej takich krętorogów bym tutaj spotkał. Ale leci ten exp, nie? Sporo expo za nie. Więcej krętorogów. Co za miasteczko? Jakieś rozjebane. Czekajcie. Pistolero. Czyli bandyty. Jest ich zagryza. Kapsel, minutnik. Kapsel. Szpryca. Antyrad. Oj. Wziąłem jakieś głupoty. Przez przypadek. Bone Springs. Karabin z dźwignią. Nabój. Psycho. Kapsel. Miłość i nienawiść. Granaty plazmowe. Dobra, lecimy do właściwego miejsca, a mianowicie do kanionu. Jeszcze tutaj zrobimy, pójdziemy takim łukiem i zobaczymy. Pójdziemy takim łukiem i zobaczymy, czy tutaj będą jakieś krętorogi, czy coś. Patrzcie, tu Good Spring niedaleko jest. Więc lokacja początkowa. Park stanowy. Nie ma żadnych krętorogów, nic tu nie ma, nie? Z tym beretem chodzę już kurwa nie wiem ile czasu. I okulary, które dodają mi percepcji. A jeszcze rzeczy jest mi potrzebny pancerz wspomagany. Doskonale sobie radzimy, będąc po prostu takim zwinnym gościem. Mamy dobrze wylewaną postać, która nie specjalizuje się co prawda w broni laserowej, ale, znaczy energetycznej, ale w broni palnej jak najbardziej. W broń energetyczną też pójdziemy sobie. Dałem trochę w skradanie. Nie wiem, czy skradanie nie poleci do 100. Wtedy to będziemy krytykale napierdalać, dobra. A wiecie, skradanie pójdzie nam zarówno jedno, jak i w każdy rodzaj broni nam to pójdzie. Rozumiecie, o co mi chodzi? No, w zwarciu najmniej. Będziemy mogli takie po prostu zaskoczenie napierdalać. Oni nas nie będą w ogóle widzieć. Będzie im odpierdalać. Dlatego myślę, że nawet do 100 można polecieć. Zignorować wielkich Hanów.
Diane's going nuts trying to find a new contact in the theme.
Still got a bit of a walk ahead of us. Talk fast.
Czekajcie. Siemka. Znaczy siemka, jestem znowu. Dobra, jesteśmy w Red Kanionie. Wielki Han. Wielki Han. Większość tutaj jest bezimienna, co? Muszę się do największego namiotu udać. Tam będzie przywódca. Mają niby jakąś arenę.
Hello.
Ale wątpię, żeby na tej arenę walczono na śmierć i życie. Jest ten G-Zap, którego uratowaliśmy. Jak się kurwa tam dostać na górę? Ha. Chyba się trochę pogubiłem. W najwyższym namiocie, z tego co pamiętam. Powinno się dać wejść do niego też. To tutaj? Małe. Chyba nie tu. Chyba tam, jak już. Chuj go wie, szczerze. Kurwa mać.
Morning.
Hello.
Myślałem przez chwilę, że tu kas uda mi się ogarnąć. Bo ten bone się odbagował. Miał to mnie wracać poza tym. Dobra.
So you've been sucked into the decadence of this trip as well, haven't
You're not one of my regulars. Helpful? What, like bathtubs? You've got a point. Selling meds to the locals could be a pretty nice side gig. All right, I'll tell Jack. Yeah, you made a pretty good argument. We'll keep it small for now, but...
Whoa, new. Already on it. I whipped up a few.
No i fajnie. Niech sobie tworzą. Kanion Red... Aha. No to jesteśmy. Długi dom. Czekajcie, muszę okno zamknąć, bo... Dziwimy się. Jak tak dalej pójdzie.
Yeah?
Wielki Han, wielki Han. Papa Han, Karl Regis.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub?
Mało jest tu ludzi imiennych.
You want to hear the story of the great Khans? It's a long one, full of honor, glory, and betrayal. We have suffered, but we will regain our glory. Typical. In a hurry, are you? Very well, then. The great Khans came east, out of the NCR 14 years ago. We ruled the wastes then, and called no man master. But we underestimated the families of the Strip, and they drove us back to Bitter Springs, where we remained until the NCR arrived and drove us here. They allied with Mr. House, the self-proclaimed master of New Vegas. He supported them with the resources of New Vegas. Weapons, technology, caps. They were better equipped, and we could not stand against them. When the NCR came to the Mojave, we thought they would be easy pickings. We raided their caravans, their towns, their camps. They couldn't stop us. At least that's what we thought. They tracked us to Bitter Springs and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR gunned them down. Oh, they claimed it was a miscommunication, but tell that to those who saw our families butchered. Tell it to the survivor. You march all the way out to Red Rock Canyon, enter my home as bold as you please, and you have no idea who I am? You've got guts, I'll give you that. Well then, let me educate you. I am the chief of the great Khans. The Khan of Khans, if you like. This is my tribe, and these are my people. You've been doing good things.
Greetings in the name of Khan. They're a tribe of fine warriors with many proud traditions and a glorious history. They will be worthy additions. My name is Karl. Glorious Caesar has sent me as an emissary to the great Khans in exchange for great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas. The Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes. I am one of the Frumentari. It is my duty to scout the waste in Caesar's name and make contact with any tribes that might serve a useful purpose. You might say I'm somewhere between a scout and an ambassador. I'm assigned here as part of the alliance between the Legion and the Great Khans.
Sojusz.
In exchange for Great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas, the Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes. Though they have been cruelly oppressed by the NCR, the Khans remain great warriors. The Legion is honored to have such allies in battle.
I haven't seen you before. What brings you to the great... That's a complicated question. They've done horrible things to our people, to be sure. And but I can't bring myself to hate them the way Papa does. Things would damn sure be better for us if they were in charge than Caesar. I suppose if asked, I would. But that's a moot point, because Papa's in charge now. Papa is one of the best leaders the Khans have ever had. Bitter Springs changed him, though. He started to really hate the NCR after the mass... Nothing. Forget about it. I shouldn't be talking about this with an outsider. Name's Regis. I'm Papa Khan's advisor and right-hand man. I'm also the chief enforcer of the tribe's laws, so watch your behavior.
Nie podoba mi się tu u was.
I wish they were more like you.
Dobra. Za dużo zadań tu tutaj nie zdobyliśmy. Spróbujemy zrobić to zadanie. Tu się strzelają jak zawsze. Mogę zakupy tu robić? Nie mogę. Czy mogę? Kurwa, biję taką pionę z RNK i to że powinienem. Zobaczmy naszą karmę i reputację. Strażnik Sprawiedliwości, bardzo dobry. Lubiany człowiek. Nasz człowiek.
Nelson's back in our hands.
Been doing a lot of good work out there.
In other news, tensions are brewing in Freeside between the ruling gang known as the Kings and the...
That ain't so bad. If Caesar's Legion decides to push west through Nip...
The leader of the Kings who would only identify himself...
Hope we can defend it this time.
Nie możemy tu bardzo nic kupić. Poczekaj tutaj. Poczekaj.
You come around like a bad...
O.
So, walking the Mojave with you can't be any worse than...
Róża whisky.
Glad I left the outpost.
Dobra, wykonamy wreszcie to pieprzone zadanie. Północna brama stripu. Więc z tymi Hanami, widzicie, zadań nie było za bardzo. Więc to przez Bowna tamtego. Wreszcie zdecydował się nas zostawić. Na szczęście. Chyba Bowna sobie wezmę znowu jako sojusznika. Znowu. Albo psa, chuj wie. Wezmę. Może psa jednak. Silver Rush. Tu mogę jakieś ulepszenia kupić do broni energetycznej.
Hello. As I live and breathe, Rose of Sharon Cassidy, the late Rose of Sharon Cassidy, was hoping you were on that caravan I massacred. But Crimson Caravan and Van Graffs won't need to worry about you anymore. Mojave's ours, and we're shutting you down for good. Waited too long to finish this. Last loose end, all wrapped up. Hi, I'm John Baptiste, and you're about to stop being a pain in my ass. Oh, that was fun. Did you see the look on that bitch's face? Anyway, Glory's been antsy lately because that big deal she's been working on is finally going. If this thing goes down, we'll have it made. Fucking made. And don't think I forgot your pay. A job well done is its own reward. But it doesn't pay for pussy at the local brothel, does it?
Good, you're here. Do you remember that package I had you deliver? It's possibly the biggest order we've ever supplied. I've had to repeatedly assure my mother that everything will go and that's where I'm hoping you'll come in. We'll be bringing an escort, and I want you on it. Perfect. We're still getting everything together. Once we're settled, we'll head out to the...
Że tu już teraz? Że mnie kurwa miał wybór jeszcze jakiś. Legion.
They're taking an awfully long time inspecting the weapons. I'm beginning to think they're... Don't let them rattle you, though. The deal's almost done. There's just one last piece of business left. Speaking of which, I need you to listen to me very carefully. Things are about to get a little crazy. When I give the signal, follow my lead, okay?
Czemu ona gada tylko tak do mnie?
That's what I like about you. You follow orders, for the most part. Just remember to wait for the signal. I trust you find everything acceptable?
Everything seems to be in order. Caesar will not soon forget this.
No, I imagine he won't.
It's a trap. Fall back.
The commander is dead. Show them.
Jesteś. Chuj w tą reputację. Żebym się kurwa tym przejmował jeszcze. Mamy jedną strzelbę myśliwską, która jest naprawdę w bardzo dobrym stanie.
Teach you to mess with me.
I znów będą na mnie polować. A, RNK jest z nami. Więc to rzeczywiście była zasadzka.
Good job. I need to work out some last-minute details with our new clients, but after that we'll head back to the rush. I suppose you have a few questions. Oh, I do. They're a bunch of corrupt, bullying fools who think they can tell everyone how to live their lives, and my family's. But that's just it. Do you know how large the NCR army is? If they wanted to, they could have beaten us a dozen times over. Do you know why they haven't? Money. Every time things have gotten too tense, we've paid them off and laid low for a while. They're an enemy we can live with. This Caesar, on the other hand, is a different animal. We've heard reports for years from our agents to the east. He doesn't tolerate his enemies. He makes examples of them. And he doesn't have friends, only servants. And the Van Graffs serve no one but themselves. Given that, the choice was rather simple.
Wydaje mi się, że tak samo ten sojusz z Hanami ze strony Legionu też nie jest taki polubawny.
Well, not exactly. The deal wasn't exactly sanctioned by my mother, but she'll come around when she hears about the profit I made. If she's smart, and she is, believe me, she'll turn this to her own advantage and make a bundle off our new connections in the NCR. Hardly. They've got a lot of soldiers and slaves, but they don't come close to having the amount of wealth the NCR has. When I said we were going to be rich, I meant it. The deal I brokered with the NCR netted me 5 times what Caesar paid. Keeping Caesar's money was just a bonus. It'll be all I can do to supply the NCR with the amount of weapons they want, so I'll be pretty busy for the foreseeable... Oh, you're probably wondering if you still have a job. I don't have anything open at the moment, sadly. But we're going to need all the help we can get transporting guns to the NCR, so stop by every now and... And before I forget, here's your share of the take from the ware...
Tysiaczek.
My favorite employee...
Granat plazmowy. Czy ja używam tego? Sprzedajmy to. O kurwa, nie sprzedamy tego. Karabin plazmowy. Zwiększa prędkość pocisku. Strzelba plazmowa. Mniejszy rozrzut. Wzmocniony podpalacz. Wygląd. Ale pancerz drogi. Nie chcę tego nosić. To waży 25 kg poza tym.
Evening.
Mogę dołączyć do swojego karabinu plazmowego też. Dobra. Gdzie chciałbym się udać? Do kampu. Do kampu. I chciałbym odebrać nagrody za głowy. Po pierwsze, a po drugie chciałbym też pohandlować. Jeszcze nie odebrałem żadnej nagrody za głowę. Chodzi oczywiście o bestię. No, Legion nie wydaje się generalnie taki bogaty. Wydaje się, że on ma władzę, no ale jakby ich broń... Gdzie rzucają kurwa oszczepami. Nie wiem, jakoś tak nie przemawia to wszystko do mnie. Gdzie oszczepami napierdalają. Jak jakieś pojeby najgorsze.
Hey.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on...
You're back. Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, we captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion recently. Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him. Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy. I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There are some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a... I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment. That's the spirit.
That.
Dobra, weźmy broń, schowajmy. Po pierwsze.
Long time no see, Silus.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Ciekawe.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus, if you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement. You're nothing. You're some inept mercenary the NCR is paying to supplement.
O kurwa.
No, listen. Kaisar's secrets are safe with me. I stayed alive because Kaisar would have... I've told them nothing. They've gotten nowhere. I'm a Centurion, for Christ's sake. I deserve his trust. You have to let this go. I'll disappear. No one will ever see me. No, that's not what I meant. Lieutenant, this man is trying to kill me. He's not who you think he...
All that shouting. Honestly, Sealus, you get free room and board. The least you could do is be a good guest.
Lieutenant, this man is an agent of the Legion on a mission to kill me.
My, we have an active imagination today, don't we?
Think about it. Is it worth the risk? You need what I know.
Well, it sounds like the two of you are becoming fast friends.
It'll be your head if I die, Lieutenant. You'll be disgraced.
You know what? I think you're right, Sealus.
Of course I'm right.
Except, I don't care. Because it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it to never have to hear you say another word, Sealus. Carry on.
Lieutenant!
Let's finish this up, then we can talk.
You don't have to do this. If I'd killed myself, then I would have been murdering one of Kaisar's greatest soldiers. Either choice is a betrayal. I've done everything Kaisar ever asked of me, and I ambushed countless NCR patrols and wiped them out so that our operatives could move. I waited for him to dispatch us for 3 days, never questioning why the headaches he complained of would hinder his ability to command. I haven't breathed a word about the officer we planted here. He continues to radio and tell... I've proven my loyalty. All you're doing is killing a loyal soldier. If that's Kaisar's policy, then I say his empire will crumble. What? No, you slimy bastard! Nothing I've said will change the outcome for you. No force can hold back the tide of the Legion. This camp
On nam
and
nic nie
everyone
powiedział
in it
bardzo.
will burn.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So...
Inteligencja. Super wyszło. Dobra. Ja na tym kończę odcinek. Czy jeszcze nie? Tak, kończę. Cześć.